So yeah. So like I was saying, like you gotta understand, bro. The closer that you get to your goals, the more things start trying to mess you up, try to get you off your alignment. But they could either be the enemy or it could either be the universe testing you. But I'm having a feeling that this is not the universe testing you. I'm having a feeling that you start feeling all this good energy walking towards you, coming towards you. You start feeling like everything is starting to happen the way that you always wanted to happen. And then it's just like now you have this one little thought that's like, well, hold on, but what if this person is like, but what if this person is like, but what if this person is like, not realizing that that's either number one, your past trying to seep into your present, or you're allowing some type of outside energy into your mind. You cannot allow what outside energy has to say about what's going on internally. You gotta stop listening to people who aren't where you are. You gotta stop listening to people that don't understand who you are now. Like, let me tell y'all something. Y'all be listening to people that don't even understand the new version of you. So because you keep listening to people who do not understand the new version of you, they're giving you expired answers. They're giving you expired advice. Like, that's what I used to be doing. That's how I used to be. That's how I used to speak. That's how I used to grow. That's how I used to deal with things. Your friend saying, I would have beat them up. I would have did this. I would have did that. Well, guess what? I'm not that person no more. And y'all got to understand that the higher that you go, the more things get stripped away. You got to think of yourself like a snake, for real, for real. You have to think of yourself like a snake. You want to know why? Because the snake is one of the most symbolized animals for wisdom. In ancient Egypt, snakes are symbolized as wisdom. And I want you to think of yourself like a snake, because you have to be willing to shed that skin. And shedding that skin does not mean that it feels good. Make sure y'all run up the likes on this. Shedding that skin does not mean that it feels good, y'all. Sometimes shedding that skin does not feel good, but that's okay. Because you got to understand, in order to grow, you gotta be willing to let go of things that no longer serve you. Sometimes it can just be your mindset. Sometimes the things that you shed isn't even people. Sometimes it's your mindset. Sometimes it's your habits. Sometimes the ways you carry yourself. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. For some reason, I always be walking into the room. I'm no longer doing this. But for some reason, when I used to walk into the room, I used to walk into the room as if I didn't make accomplishments. Not understanding that, well, Sticks, you probably did more than everybody in this room. But sometimes you can be too humble. That's another thing. Some of y'all not being respected like how you want to be respected because you've been too humble. Like, at what point will you toot your horn? Because nobody will. Nobody's going to give you your accolades. Nobody's going to give you your support. Nobody's going to cheer you on like how you really deserve to be cheered on. So at this point, you have to make a decision to say, you know what? I don't care if nobody cheers me on. I'm going to cheer me on. Because that's the problem. We be waiting for people, and I'm telling you this because this is what I deal with. We be waiting for people to applaud us, not realizing that the same people that we want to applaud us probably can't even understand the accomplishment that we did for real. Like, sometimes you got to understand that you've done things that people can't even begin to fathom. You've done things that people can't even begin to understand. So because you're doing things that people can't begin to fathom, how can they applaud you on something that they don't understand? Like, for example, you could be breaking decades into days, but some people are not used to that. Some people don't understand it. So how can they congratulate you on something that they can't even understand, that they can't even grasp the concept of? And at the end of the day, compliments shouldn't matter. And at the end of the day, complaints shouldn't matter either. The only thing that should matter is your perception of yourself, because your perception of yourself is what manifests your new life. So when you're telling yourself you're a millionaire, you may not be a millionaire yet. Why in the world does it matter what anybody else think about you telling yourself that you're a millionaire? Because at the end of the day, your reality doesn't change based on how somebody else views you. Your reality changes based on how you view you. So why does it matter what anybody has to say about your accomplishments, your goals, your losses, anything? The thing is that we've been worried too much about what other people have to say. And because we've been worried about too much about what other people have to say, we don't hear what we have to say about ourselves. Like, bro, what you did last week was amazing. You made $500. You made $100. You made $200. It doesn't matter. Who cares if this person thinks that that's not a lot? And sometimes you got to understand that your dreams, your accomplishments be so big for people that they can't understand it, that they can't see it happening. So sometimes you just got to go and do it and make them a believer. Like, I've realized that people who doubt me will always be wrong. Period. And I'm saying that today, and I'm saying that in the future, and I've said it in the past. Anybody who doubts me will always be wrong. Period. So it's like, either way, you doubt me or you don't doubt me, I'm still going to hit the goal. But when you doubt me some type of way, I get some type of satisfaction from it. So don't even be upset when people doubt you. You got to use that as a type of energy, as a type of fuel. Because when people doubt you, you got to understand that the reason why they doubt you is because they doubt themselves. They don't doubt you because they don't think you can do it. They doubt you because they think they can't do it. And they think you are a reflection of them. So sometimes you need to show people that you're not really a reflection of them. You don't do what they do. People really be having it messed up. People really be having you tricked out because people think that you can't do what they can't do. And your limitations are no longer my limitations. And that's what you have to tell people. Your limitations are not my limitations. Just because you can't do it does not mean I can't do it. You deal with laziness. You deal with low vibrations. You deal with negative energy. I don't deal with that. So therefore, I don't see how your conclusion counteracts with my conclusion. What I do has nothing to do with you, but I will let you know that by you watching me, maybe I can give you some belief. Maybe I could turn you into a believer of yourself. I want you to understand that the only reason why I do what I do is to be an example for you. You get what I'm saying? I get my luxury. I get my accomplishments. I hit my goals because I am an example for you. I want you to look at me and see that higher version in me and see, you know what? If Sticks can do it, I can do it. If Sticks can do it, I can do it. If Sticks did it, I can do it. If Sticks said that she manifested this by doing this, then maybe if I just do what she did, I can have the same accomplishments. I don't tell you about my accomplishments. I don't tell you about the things that I do to just be like, oh, I'm telling you. I tell you the things that I do because I know that you can do the same thing too. So when I tell you, oh, I did this manifestation, I did this, like, y'all, I just went from Las Vegas to really Beverly Hills in a weekend, and we flew on a private jet. Now, y'all got to understand, my Pinterest board says my life right now. My Pinterest board looks like my life right now. So now guess what? When you see my life continuously looking like my Pinterest board, maybe one day you'll say, you know what? Let me finally do what Sticks was saying to do. Let me finally read that book Sticks was saying to read. Let me finally join that mystery school that Sticks said to join. Do you know why I'm wearing this crystal right now? Because this crystal is connected to fame. This crystal is connected to influence. This crystal is connected to stardom. You want to know why I'm wearing it? Because my manifestation is to be a multi-millionaire, a big music artist. So everything must correlate when it comes to the energy. I meditated this morning. I worked out this morning. I took my Tachui this morning. I'm working on my weight. I'm working on my growth. You want to know why? Because I'm not busy focusing on let me help these people. I'm focused on let me help me, because when I help me, I help the people. This is sunstone and this is citrine. You can get this. You can get these crystals on my website. The necklace is sold out because it's sold out. But I keep telling y'all, I'm not showing y'all this stuff for no reason. I was on a private jet, y'all. Like little black girl on a private jet. Visualizing these things. Visualizing myself on flights. Visualizing myself traveling. Visualizing myself in luxury. And I was on a flight with St. John at that. So now because I'm on this flight and I'm looking out the window and I'm looking at the world and I'm just like, as I'm taking off, and this is how I think. I want y'all to understand this. So while we're taking off, I'm thinking, the moment that we take off is the moment that I'm taking off into one of the biggest seasons of my life yet. Setting the intention, setting the energy. So I don't be telling y'all the stuff that I tell y'all for no reason. I made $20,000 this month, y'all. I'm not telling you this for no reason. I'm telling you this because a year ago, I was broke. A year ago, I was sad. A year ago, I was not happy. And a lot of y'all are in positions that I once was. And the reason why I'm no longer in that position that you are in right now and that I once was in right now was because I changed the way that I viewed myself. Some of y'all allow life to give y'all what it gives y'all because of the way that you think, and you don't decide that, you know what, let me start thinking of myself differently. I'm wearing Super 7 right now. Super 7 is a very spiritual crystal. Super 7 is the crystal that will connect you to your ancestors.